Randy, what are your tactics going in against someone like Brock Lesnar, who you haven't faced in many years?
Well, yeah, we did have one bout against each other a very long time ago. I would say that doesn't even count. It was so long ago. You know, it was before both of our really rises to the top, so to speak. But as far as my strategy or what I'm thinking, you know, I can't share that with you guys. I do know one thing. I am going to get my ass tossed around that ring quite a bit on Sunday. I'm prepared for it. I got the ice bags ready in the hotel room for after the match, ice down. But, you know, I've said it a couple times over the last few weeks. It's only going to take one RKO to take, Brock Lesnar to Viperville. You know, it might take two, might take three. I know I said it might take one, but I'm going to hit him with an RKO and go from there. If he needs another one, we shall see.
And how's the shoulder healing up? Are you 100% now, and are you worried about going to Suplex City on that shoulder?
Suplex City sounds like a fun little vacation. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I know I'm going there. It's just a matter of how many suplexes I'm taking, I think, is the question. As far as the shoulder's concerned, yeah, I'm 100%. Dr. Romeo out of Chicago, Illinois, did the surgery. It's the same kind of procedure he's done on rugby players that have had chronic dislocations who go back to playing rugby full-time. So my shoulder is anchored in there really well. I had a great surgeon, and I'm not worried about my shoulder one bit.
Randy, Brock's not been pinned in over 2 years, and this Sunday you're back. Are you going to be the one to do it? And how important is it for you in your career that you're the one to finally pin Brock Lesnar?
Well, I think, you're right. It's been a while. Ever since he ended the streak against The Undertaker at WrestleMania, everyone knows Lesnar's not around a lot. And I don't think that's fair to the WWE universe. He comes and goes as he pleases, tends to kind of run things when he's there, and I don't like that. I'm there every week. I will be from here on out. So what would a win mean for me, for Randy Orton? I think it would be what I need to really cement myself as the guy right now, with all these new guys coming up, to lead as an example for everyone else. And a win over Brock Lesnar would just be, it's like the one thing I need, I believe, to be where I need to be who I am. And when I'm the best, it's in the ring and when I'm wrestling with top guys. And Brock Lesnar is definitely a top guy. We're going to tear it down in the main event at SummerSlam.
And any news on the main event? Is it going to headline the card?
As far as I know right now, yes.
And Randy, at the last pay-per-view, you came back on your return, you said that you were going to take Brock Lesnar to Viperville, no enhancement needed. Can you elaborate a little bit on that statement?
No.
Randy, you own this SmackDown brand, and for years Raw was called the A Show, and people like Paul Heyman have said SmackDown was called the B Show. How important is it for you for the brand split?
Yeah. The whole A Show, B Show thing's bullshit now. Like, as far as I'm concerned, SmackDown Live is where it's at. Our roster is way more stacked than Raw. Raw's got some impressive young men and women, especially the newcomers. Finn Balor, for example, very excited to work with him in the future. Hopefully that can happen on SmackDown Live. But if you ask me, SmackDown Live is where it's at. I'm biased, but I think the fans are seeing it that way too.
And Randy, you came in 2002, that amazing class. So you've been around for a long time now. How's your sort of passion levels for the business now?
In recent years, they've come and gone. It depends. You can kind of get in a rut when you're on the road 250 days a year. I have a family. I have a new wife. She's 26 weeks pregnant as of today. So, I have other things on my mind. But being gone for almost 10 months, nursing the injury, sitting at home on the couch, going through the recovery process, watching the product, it was like I realized that I was taking it for granted a little bit there. In the last year and a half, I was thinking then that I would slow down a little bit, and I think Ric Flair took it upon himself to talk about that after we had a private conversation backstage. He talked about how I wanted the Shawn Michaels schedule. I think at that point in my career, I was just thinking about my family and being home from my wife, my new wife. We were engaged at the time, but I got 3 boys, 3 stepsons, and a little girl, and another little girl on the way that, I want them to come to these shows. I want them to watch what they're father does, and to be proud of him, to be a role model. And when I was a little kid, my father was kind of falling off. His career was slowing down when I was old enough to appreciate, what he was doing out there. So I want to do it another 10 years. God willing, I really do. I love this job, and it took me being away for 9-10 months, whatever the length of time it was. It took me that long to kind of realize that I was taking it for granted for a little bit, and that I need to get my ass back in the ring and do what I love to do.
Two more questions.
Do you remember your last match with Lesnar like 10 years ago? And how it's going to be this weekend?
The answer to the first question is no. The answer to the second question is I'm going to whip Brock Lesnar's ass at SummerSlam at the Barclays Center. Yeah.
Randy, just
if I can get him up on that table, I'm going to put him right through the table with an RKO. That's one of my favorite things to do. It doesn't feel too good to me, but the recipient, usually that's it for him. So we shall see.
Randy, obviously on the SmackDown brand for AJ Styles as well. When you were injured, he started at WWE, had a lot of great main events. Is he someone you're keen to work with in WWE when you're back?
Oh, most definitely. Guys like AJ, guys like Finn, Seth, these guys like that didn't have a last name that got their foot in the door. They really had to hustle, man. They really had to work hard. Even John Cena, he came from living off not a lot of money, working in the gym in Venice Beach Golds and living off protein shakes and having a dream and having that passion. Because I didn't need that to get my foot through the door, I definitely respect the guys that had that hustle and had that drive. And still to this day, someone like AJ, nothing but respect for the man and guys like him. I also think I could hit a pretty sick RKO midair when he's coming off the ropes with that elbow.
Congratulations on the baby girl. Any names that you've thought of?
Funny you should ask that. My wife was born in Brooklyn. We are here in Brooklyn. And you asked the question. I think it's obvious what the answer is. Probably Brooklyn. But yeah, and I probably am in a little hot water with the wife for saying that to you. But you heard it here first, in Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.